With AI making changes to the digital world, it seems like every day. What role does your website play in your business these days? Hi, I'm Appy from iCode Happy. I'm a website and data advisor. And one of the things I like to make sure that small business owners have a website that serves them in their business. And with AI changing things so quickly, that's getting tougher to do. Welcome back to Website School. We're doing a whole series on website basics and how they're changing in the world of AI and how they're staying the same. We started talking about these changes in our previous video. We talked about the changes that are coming for websites and what that means for your business. Today, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what role your website can play for your business now that AI is so prevalent. So in order to talk about what role your website can play now, first we have to take a step back and talk about the role that websites have played up to this point. For most people, your website is your 24/7 marketing employee. It's your storefront on the web. Most websites focus on branding and all of the things that make the website look like your business so that it's consistent across the web and in person. Most websites also offer business information so that people can come to the website and ask, what are your hours? What are your policies? How long is shipping going to take? A lot of that information can be served right from your website, and customers can access that at any time. These are the traditional roles of a business website. At a minimum, what you do, who you do that for, who you are as the business or the business owner, what you offer, and a way to work with you. Those roles: marketing, brand promotion, answering questions, lead generation, even sales, checkout. And to this point, we have designed and built our websites for humans to consume. Now, we've talked about building websites for humans and for search engines, and in some ways that's true, but the search engine is not the audience. The search engine is the directory. Search engines are how your website gets found instead of being like a lemonade stand 50 miles off the road with no traffic going by. Gets awfully lonesome. So the search engines direct the humans to your website, but they aren't an audience in themselves. AI is changing things a little bit. The functionality needs to stay the same, and yet the interaction with that functionality is going to change a little bit. And that's where our websites can play a little bit of a different role because the audience is changing. Websites have been amazing for the last 30 years because small business owners could have a direct relationship with a worldwide audience and customer base. We could be in front of anybody in the world, and we could be in direct touch with those people. They come to our website, they find out about us, and they establish a relationship. Maybe they become a customer or client. That direct line to them has been a game changer for small business owners. Now we have AI that's coming between our website and our audience. Now, it may seem like that's a bad thing. I'm going to say there's trade-offs, just like there's trade-offs to anything else. On one hand, it's harder because you don't have that direct relationship as easily because a lot of people are using AI search. They're getting a curated list. And then from that list, which maybe your website is serving them some answers, and then they can come to you, and then they come to your website. So we may not ever have a direct connection, even with the people who are getting information from our website, because it's collected and served as an answer to this person who searched and AI found an answer for them from our site. What does that mean? On one hand, we may have less traffic, and some people are predicting doom and gloom and devastation because of that lack of traffic. I'm going to say things are going to change again, and small business owners will adapt. What? If you have less direct traffic, fewer visitors that come directly to you, First of all, you have to have the answers available for AI to collect it and serve it to a human so that that can be part of your marketing strategy. So that if they like that answer, that they can choose to see the source and come and visit your website in person, one of those fewer visitors. But because they've interacted with you, they've already received information from you, they are, maybe you'd call it a little bit warmer than they would be from just maybe clicking from a search engine search. So while you get fewer visitors, the visitors that you do get are likely to be closer to a decision point when they come to your website, which means that you still need those functions. They still need to know what you offer, who you are, how you can help them, why they can trust you. And because they're so much closer to a decision point, they need to be really clear on what that process is for them to make that decision to work with you, to book the call, to purchase the thing. Once they make that decision, they need to be able to execute that very easily, which, like I said, the process needs to be very clear and transparent. They need to know exactly what to expect. Then the mechanics of it need to work very smoothly. The checkout needs to be as easy as possible with as few clicks and fields for them to fill in as possible. You don't want to cause any friction once they've made up their mind. They're so close to that decision point, whether they're just going to sign up for a newsletter and stay in touch, or whether they're going to buy or book, that you don't want to give them any friction, any resistance once they've made that decision. So the role of marketer is still there. But instead of somebody just coming to your website, maybe binging your content, they're doing that through that third party of AI. So that changes a little bit because AI is going to consume the content on your website a little bit differently than a human would. So your content has to be available for the AI to be able to find it, but making sure that it's in the format that serves AI as well as humans, so that human or AI, they can come to your site and they can get that content that they need. So you're really moving your site to where it fills these dual roles. It is the library, if you will, where the AI librarian can come and find what it's looking for and then serve that to the person who asked the question, as well as the human that is going to maybe come to the library themselves and browse a little bit, or they're going to come and say, hey, I liked that book I checked out at the library. I'm going to buy it right now. Doesn't mean that you don't want some branding. And I talked about that last time. You want to make sure that people can identify your website with your business. You want to make sure that people know they're in the right place, that it's you, that if they've interacted with you in other places of where you hang out on the web, that it's familiar to them, that your voice and your vibe and your look is somewhat consistent, depending on the platform. I keep seeing where people are saying that this platform or that platform is going to be more important than your website. What I'm saying is that your website needs to be the puzzle piece that fits seamlessly with the rest of your online presence. It needs to have all the same functions that it has to this point. And it also needs to consider that it works well for people asking questions and being served on AI search, and that it works really well for the people who are ready to take the next step with you. Next week, we're going to get into a little bit more of the specifics of your website structure. Thanks for watching. Come back and see me again.